Good afternoon one more time again, and thank you for joining this specific webinar that we will discuss today, one of the emerging and very important topic related to how to maintain and how to control the AI systems from compliance and security standards point of view. Thank you one more time again for your time. And let's start now discussing the content of this webinar, okay? With cooperation. This webinar is with cooperation with iExperts. So thank you iExperts team for hosting me in this webinar and inviting me to provide such valuable webinars and information to our elite audiences who are attending us. Thank you for joining, and thank you iExperts for your support, facilitating and inviting me for this webinar. So let's continue directly for the content of the webinar. So first of all is that a quick recap on some fundamentals and concepts related to artificial intelligence. So we are setting the stage to understand the need for any compliance and security regulations and security standards for the AI system. Why we need that? So AI in a specific is anything or any software, any piece of software that is trying to mimic the human intelligence. As you may know that humans have some natural intelligence features, something like reasoning, provide reasons for the decisions they are taking decisions. So you as a human, you can take naturally a decision for whatever activities and actions and maybe situation you are facing during your life. And you have, as a human, the ability to learn and so on. These are the main characteristics of any human intelligence features. So hence, if we are developing in a kind of software that have the ability to mimic the human intelligence, this is exactly what we call the artificial intelligence, okay? In artificial intelligence nowadays, we have several types of or categories of artificial intelligence systems, okay? So if we are look at the existing artificial intelligence systems from functionality point of view, we may have some AI tools that comes without any kind of memory. They are just executing the commands and executing the activity that you are asking them to do in real life time without memorizing any previous interactions that you had with these AI systems before. Those kind of AI machines who comes with zero ability to memorize or to remember the previous interactions, hence they had no memory to register and memorize and to remember the previous interactions. Those who are kind of reactive machine, they are just responding to your existing current activity, and that's it. Once fulfilled, it will gonna forget it. Okay. The second category of AI machine, those who comes with a specific memory, they can memorize the previous interactions. They can use it for learning, and they can use it to base their new response based on the previous interactions, similar to exactly what we do with most of the GPT engines nowadays, where you can, based on sequential interactions, you can ask questions, and then the GPT engine will remember that this question is related to the previous one. They remember the answer, they remember your question, and then they will customize the next answers based on the previous one. Those kind of AI machines is called limited memory machines. Then we have two other machines, theory of mind, who are conceptual actually. We have a very limited, or maybe still in the research phase, those who have a theory of mind or self-awareness, those kind of AI machines who comes with some human emotional, let's say, features, like something like what some robotics are trying to mimic right now related to human behaviors, like for instance, having some feelings, laughing, maybe send a sad face for a specific situation, and so on and so forth. It's still conceptual, still not yet realized nor commercialized, but these are the different available AI systems from functionality point of view. If you are look at it from, let's say, capabilities point of view, we have what we call narrow AI, those kind of AIs who are equipped only to answer you or to provide a specific actions based on a pre-programmed activities. So based on the design and the program language that this AI system have been built, they are focusing only on providing outputs based on the boundaries that they have designed for. And then we have two other concepts, still conceptual, still in the evolution, those who are trying to mimic, as I said, the human behaviors, human emotional intelligence, and so on, general AI and artificial super intelligence. In general AI, this is the machine who are still in the conceptual phase as well. Those who are trying to extend the boundaries and have some extension extension beyond the boundaries that the designer or the programmers have been put in order to maintain or to develop these machines. Super intelligence is the concept that is humans are trying to actually create a machine that surpass the human activities. I'm not sure if that will happen or not. Most likely still in the very, very, very early stage, still something that is conceptual, as I mentioned, and in the research phases, but there is nothing that is realized in the super intelligent AI. Okay. These are the different AI layers. So we have artificial intelligence, as we discussed. We have the machine learning, which are the subset of AI system, those kind of AI solutions who comes with the capability to learn. Okay. And then we have deep learning, those kind of machines who are subset of the machine learning and had more capabilities and relied on the neural networks in order to solve complex algorithms and complex situations or complex issues. And then the neural network, which is the base, the foundation of any AI existing solution that uses different neural layers in order to understand and try to conceptualize or have some context around the AI systems that have been discussed. So for instance, when you are discussing today with ChatGPT, you may notice that the context of the conversation are being well understood by the GPT system as well. So that is mainly because of the customized, let's say, trainings and customized GPT solution that comes with the ability to understand the context of your question or of your request and so on and so forth. Okay. Definitely today also from AI solutions point of view, we have so many solutions that have been built around the concept that I have discussed with you a few minutes ago. So we have solutions that are categorized as computer vision. When you are in the airport and you may found that in the borderline, there are some AI, some machines to detect your face, to scan your passport, and maybe to authenticate your fingerprint and so on. And then without any human interactions, you will get access to the country itself. That is a kind of computer vision solution. When you have, let's say, a facial detection AI systems that analyzes the objects within the picture or within the CCTV cameras, or they can know recognize the facial and the names of each and every person within the CCTV cameras or video streaming. This is also a kind of computer vision solutions. Okay. NLP or natural language processing, when you found that when you talk to, let's say, an AI agent that can understand your language, understand your request, fulfill your request automatically without human interaction, this is the kind of natural language processing activities where the voice gets transcribed correctly, and then the AI agent understands the context of your discussions and your questions, and then fulfill your request as it should be. when you also upload different documentations and ask the machine, let's say, to read it, to summarize it, maybe to add some comments and so on, this is a kind of natural language processing where it can provide such services to you. For optimizations, you may notice that when you are visiting an e-commerce platform, that this e-commerce platform is providing or suggesting you with the customized items based on the previous historical habits or let's say purchasing behaviors. Such optimized list of products that is customized to you based on your purchasing historical interactions is a kind of optimization. So if the store itself has, let's say, hundreds, thousands, or 10,000s of different products, you will get directed to those kind of products who is relevant to you. So if you have purchased, let's say, a mobile phone, for instance, then automatically all mobile phones accessories are being offered to you. So that's make your purchase cycle or e-commerce purchase cycle is a personalized one. And only those kind of products who are relevant to your history and relevant to your personality are being provided and customized for you. This is a kind of optimization. Another example for optimization is, for instance, for manufacturing, when you have a production line and the product's items itself needs to be quality checked. So previously we had the humans, quality inspectors, to check each and every piece and then collect those defective pieces out of the production line. Nowadays, we can use an AI solution that can detect the anomalies and detect the issues within the production line and get all of those defected items out of the production line automatically. This is also a kind of optimizations. Anomaly detection in cybersecurity environments where you have a lot of different, let's say, logs coming from so many solutions within the systems, and the log analyzer or the SIM solution or the SOC team needs to analyze hundreds or tens of thousands of different log entries coming from different systems instantaneously in order to detect if there is any suspicious activities or any potential attack that might impact your environment or your organization. So having anomaly detection AI solution, those who know exactly what are the normal trend or the normal activities within the networking, and to detect those only abnormal activities within your networking or within your application environments, sending an alert to you within the SOC team, for instance, and trying to alert you for any anomalies within the your environment itself, focusing your effort and focusing your time to those who are material, to those who are anomalized. So you will be focused only on the anomalies rather than following each and every normal legitimate traffic within your organization. This kind of AI solutions is called as an anomaly detection solutions. Clustering, when you have like different customer segments and you need to segment your customers or building a cluster in order to customize a specific offering for each and every customer segments that fits and match the customer needs or the customer expectations. This kind of AI solutions who can analyze the customer behaviors and then segment them into VIP or maybe afford another kind of clustering or segmentations where you can able to provide a specific customized offering for each and every customer segment is what we call the clustering, okay? Then the last one, and this is not an exhaustive list of existing AI solutions, is what we call prediction, where you can build an AI agent or an AI system to predict the consumption of a specific product or services within the coming specific time period. So for those who are working in the supply chain, for instance, they can predict how many spare parts or how many items that might be need to be available in stock during the coming 3, 6, or maybe 1 year. So they can customize the space of their stocks. They can fulfill the demand exactly just in time. So there is no waste. There is less return, and the purchasing cycle, or the amount of purchase itself, will be adequately matching the expectations of the demand within the coming period. This is a kind of a prediction AI solutions. So actually, as you know, and as we have seen, and as we all experiencing, there are so many different benefits of using AI solutions nowadays, and the number is evolving every day as there are new solutions that are available in the market, and you can benefit from them. So definitely there is a huge benefit of using an AI, and AI is reshaping our life nowadays. But this is, as you know, the coin comes with two sides. So yes, there are a huge benefit of using AI systems, but it comes also with another unprecedented and evolving challenges and risks that we will come to know. Hence, the need of a compliance and regulation is evolving and emerging during the past 2 or 3 years. So let us quickly focus on, or to come to know, what are kind of risks associated with the existing AI solutions. As per EU AI Act, the recent one that was released last year, they classified the risks into 4 main categories. So we have something that is classified resulted to using AI solutions. So some AI solutions comes with unacceptable risks, those who are actually impacting the humans and maybe the societies. So if you are developing an AI system to exploit specific, let's say, vulnerabilities in specific systems, or if you are developing an AI system or using an AI solution to conduct what we call social scoring, okay? All of these kind of AI solutions that impacting the human life and maybe harming the humans while they are using it is completely prohibited according to EU AI Act. We have another segment of AI systems who comes with what we call a high risk solutions. Those who comes with a high risk that may impact the humans and societies, something like, for instance, those AI machines used in recruitment, specifically if the recruitment process is relying on facial detection, okay? Those AI machines who are used for instance, credit scoring. So if you are applying for a loan, or you are applying for a specific financial installments or financial facilities and so on, the decision for the bank to approve or reject your request if they are dependent on the AI system, this decision might impact negatively or positively your lifestyle. Maybe it might hurt you within your life, and so on and so forth. So these solutions are classified as a high risk solutions. If there is any AI solution that controls the public utilities, like the electricity feeds, maybe the water supply, maybe the transportation traffic, and so on and so forth, all railways, all of these AI solutions are classified as well as a high-risk solution. Hence, these AI solutions classified as high risk, there are very strict requirements from EU AI Act in order to manage and control the behavior and the output, and to make sure that all of these AI solutions are continuously under human oversight and control 24/7. The third kind of risks related to AI system, those who AI systems comes with what we call a limited risk as per EU AI Act. So these limited risk solutions, something like, for instance, using chatbots Okay, so if you are visiting a specific website or calling a customer experience, let's say WhatsApp or over WhatsApp or over voice call, then you might receive an answer from an AI system. Okay, those kind of AI system is what we call a limited risk solutions. If you are generating specific contents or documents or writing emails with the help and support of GPT engines, different GPT engines, is a kind of a limited risk. So what is required here from EU AI Act is to make sure that these systems are following the AI principles that we will come to know in like a few minutes. So there are different principles that require to be followed and implemented within these AI solutions. The last one is what we call a minimal risk solutions. Those kind of solutions who are comes with a very minimal on humans and society, like for instance, AI-based gaming. So it's okay. And spam filters for your email systems and so on and so. If there is an AI solutions to count and to manage the inventory systems within your organization, all of these different AI solutions are considered as minimal risk, and it is free to use. There is no restrictions here. There is no requirements. When I say there is no requirements, I mean there is no requirements in relation or relative to the other risks category. But in all, as we will come to know in the coming slides, there must be like a continuous monitoring and continuous control over existing AI system that you are using within the organization itself. So we look at the AI solutions life cycle, we may found that some organizations are developing AI systems and some other organizations are using or consuming these AI solutions. So in both ways, while development life cycle and while using or operating AI systems, there is a need to have, let's say, a common compliance or a common regulations or a common, let's say, principles that everyone needs to maintain in order to make sure that we maximize the benefits out of developing or using the AI systems while we are minimizing the risks associated with the system at the same time. So during model selection, if you are, let's say, if you want to select your AI model within your organization, and then after that, you need to customize the model based on your situation and feeding some data, your data to the model in order to get trained for that system. And for the validation and tuning and during the operation itself, whether it is on-prem or whether it is on cloud, there is a need to have some, let's say, principles and regulations or rules to govern the use and development of all of these AI systems. Some of the KPIs are on the right-hand side that usually common for organizations to measure the effectiveness and the robustness of the existing AI systems. I will not go to explain them in details because this is something that is technical, a detailed technical discussion out of the scope, but just for you to know that there are so many KPIs and measurements that needs to be continuously under monitoring in order to make sure that your AI system is within the acceptable, let us say it like that, within the acceptable risk frame that within the organization itself. Okay, so what are some of the sources related or the ethical related concerns related to the AI systems? AI systems comes with a risk, but there are some additional, as I said, unprecedented risk to the AI systems that does not exist in any IT or any other, let's say, in business-related aspect risks. So the risks that we use, the traditional risks that we used to know, is different than the AI risks that is newly introduced associated with the using and developing of AI solutions. The main area of new risks that associated with the AI system is those kind of risks related to the bias and discrimination. Because this is a system that is fed by data and they are taking decisions based on the data and the training model that they have been used before, there is still a chance that this AI solution can provide a biased or incorrect or inaccurate or maybe in some situations some wrong answers to the candidates. So this is something that needs to be continuously monitored and that needs to be addressed immediately in order to make sure that those OI systems acting on the organization behalf is not providing inaccurate, incomplete, or wrong answers or wrong information to the customers. In some sensitive industries like healthcare, there is no tolerance whatsoever for AI solutions to provide wrong or inaccurate answer while they are diagnosing some, let's say, diseases or providing some medical advices to doctors or to the candidates themselves. So this is something that is very critical, making sure that there is an acceptable level of bias or maybe zero tolerance for a bias related to the outcome or the output of the AI solution. The second thing is the second source of risk category related to AI is the data privacy. As you may know that AI solutions nowadays are, let's say, using a huge number of data for training, for validation and testing, and for processing the real customers or interacting with the real environment. So in this situation, data security and data privacy are one of the concerns because if there is within the development life cycle or within the operational life cycle, if there is no focus on such aspect, we may find ourselves in a situation that the AI solution is the source of data leakage. Okay, so if you have a chatbot on your website, this chatbot is handling or responding to your customer interactions. Most likely, these chatbots are collecting some information from your customers, like their names, maybe some other info like phone number or maybe their emails and so on. All of this information must be kept, and maybe their questions itself, and the response that the AI solution have been answered to them. All of this information must kept secure, and the PII data related to customers must be kept in maintaining their privacy as well. This is a big concern within the AI systems that requires the development and the operating of AI solutions to follow a very strict security and data privacy rules and regulations. The last one, or this is not the least, because this is not an exhaustive risk categories, just an example for the sake of the time. So the third risk category is the accountability. Think about the AI systems like the robots or the driverless cars or autonomous vehicles, okay? Those kind of vehicles who are moving around us in the streets, if there is something went wrong for whatever reasons, like an accident or a malfunction, and the car itself, let's say, stopped all of a sudden in the middle of the street, who is accountable here? Who should take actions immediately here? Is that the car manufacturer? Is that the AI systems maintenance company? Is that the company who is providing, let's say, the maps or the managing the traffic, the real life time traffic, and so on and so forth? So there is a need of a clear accountability metric that once something went wrong, the owner fixing such thing needs to interfere immediately, and there is no room to, let's say, throw the hat between different stakeholders, everyone saying that this is not under my accountability, this is not my issue. Okay, and also these are the key challenges or the key risk categories related to the AI solution. Definitely within each category, there are a lot to say. But for now, and for the sake of the time, just for you to know, these are the main risks, categories, and challenges related to AI systems. On the other hand, there is also an increasing challenge and debates related to is it ethical, or uh, are we should allow the organizations to go without boundaries for innovation and to develop and to test and to innovate a new AI systems without any kind of regulations? Or we need to, let's say, balance between the balance between the innovation boundaries and the impact of these AI systems on humans. Because these AI systems, once innovated or once created, even with as a concept, it comes with the huge concerns and huge risks on the society and humanity. Uh, for super intelligence AI system that we just discussed, it's still in the concept and still in the as a theory, but you can imagine if something like that is being really developed, or to which level we are going to move further in the AI innovations. Is there a need to, let's say, to stop at specific borders, or we should keep it going and moving forward without any kind of limitations? Okay, and also the impact on societies and humanity. To which level we can accept such AI systems to get developed further, while we know that there is a clear risk on humanity and humans. These are the key challenges and key dilemmas and discussions that I know that it exist, and you may aware of some or all of these different risks nowadays. So from that perspective, there are an increasing effort in developing a specific, let's say, acts, regulations, and compliance, and maybe ISO standards in order to trying to regulate the evolutions and the rapid evolutions, the unlimited one, and to controlling the associated risks coming with these AI systems. Okay, so for instance, we have some ethical framework that is exist nowadays. There are some regulations and acts that is exist nowadays, like GDPR, like EU AI Act, and so on and so forth. And there is also like what we call responsible AI principles that we'll come to know in the coming slides. So some of the existing frameworks, standards, and regulations around the using of AI systems, as one of the famous one is the EU AI Act, definitely. And there are also some articles and requirements within GDPR related to the AI that needs to be implemented as well. In US, there is an executive order, AI order, that is issued last year, 2 years back, 2023. There is a California Act related to the AI using and regulating the using of AI solutions within California state. There are some standards that have been newly released. You may heard about the 42001 that is released by ISO in 2023. Okay. You may also heard about maybe one of the recent standards, which is the NIST AI risk management system and framework. This framework is controlling and trying to, let's say, put some, shed a light on the how to manage AI risks coming from the AI solutions. And we have the OECD AI principles and so on and so forth. So there is no unified law or an act or regulation controlling how to use and develop AI solutions around the globe, but there are some efforts here and there that I do believe that they will get unified at some point in time. And maybe we may say in the coming and near future that there is a unified or a homogeneous common framework or an act controlling the AI around the globe. But these are the existing regulations and security frameworks exist nowadays handling those AI risks. Okay, so as I discussed to you, there is a concept related to increasing concept related to responsible AI, where everyone or those who are concerned about the risks of the AI systems are raising their voice that there must be, let's say, a framework for ethical use of the AI systems. Okay, so what is responsible AI is the mechanism or the framework that makes sure that the usage of the AI system is ethically used or designed for. There is a clear transparency about how these AI solutions are being developed and being used, how they get trained on the data itself, what are the data sources, how the security concerns are being handled, and so on and so forth. And there is a clear accountability as well. In addition to that, responsible AI is addressing the humanity and the concerns related to the impact of the AI systems on humans. So making sure that those AI systems will not harm or were not used to harm societies and humanity is something that is in the core of the responsible AI usage. Okay. Very quickly, and maybe I think this is the last 2 slides, I will go very quickly on before allowing you to ask. So very quickly on the most common responsible AI principles. So first principle is fairness. Fairness is addressing the bias concern, which means AI solution must treat each and every interaction fairly. Fairly means there is no bias, there is no discrimination. Everyone, once the condition is applied, is receiving the same kind of response or the same level of services, and so on and so forth, regardless of the gender, regardless of the let's say the authenticity and so color and so on and so forth. The second one is transparency, which means that if the AI system takes in a decision, the AI solution or the organization owning the AI system will be able to clearly explain the foundation, the fundamental, the rules that have been used to take such decision. Okay, so if you applied for a job, for instance, and then you have not been selected by the AI system, the AI system should be able to provide a clear, transparent reasons why you are not selected for that position. Maybe you are lacking specific skills, maybe some certificate is not valid or does not exist, and so on and so forth. So providing or making the decision transparent, and the processing of the decision itself is being transparent. So if there is a new employee during the induction session, and if the organization is using like a performance management AI solution, the organization needs to tell the employee, their newly hired employees, that this AI performance management system is based on, let's say, 30% weight on the monthly KPIs, 30%, another 30% weight for, let's say, competencies, and then 40% weight on their manager feedback or their colleagues' feedback. So there is a clarity about how the AI performance system will calculate and will generate the results out of such performance within the organization. The third one is accountability, where there must be a clear accountability matrix. Everyone knows whom is responsible and accountable for what. Okay, if there is a mistake running out of the AI solution, who is accountable for that? If the autonomous vehicle did a mistake, or let's say hit a person or hit a car in a street, or stop functioning in the middle of the street, who is accountable for that? Who should fix it? Okay, and so on and so forth. Reliability means the solution itself is reliable. It continuously provides the intended outcome under different conditions. And there is no, let's say, sometimes the answers, sometimes they are not. Sometimes they provide accurate data and some answer, and sometimes are not. So the solution itself must be reliable, working under different conditions consistently, okay, and delivering reliable services. Um, Number 5 is security. And I know that security is something that is on top of the critical and important factors and principles, making sure that AI solutions will not be used for data leakage and is not subject to, let's say, cybersecurity threats and so on, something that is critical to be exist as well. This is the last slide. So continue to the ethical and the responsible AI principles. Number 6 is the ethical values, which, as we discussed, that those AI solutions must not be used to harm humanity or humans. So using AI systems to, let's say, attack or exploit several different vulnerabilities should be refrained from. Using AI solutions to kill humans shouldn't be exist, and so on and so forth. Number 7 is the human control. AI systems must not left or kept without any human oversight. It must be continuously under human oversight, and humans must intervene and interfere if there is any deviation or the drifting of the AI models to correct it and to make sure that the AI systems deliverables are within the acceptable range or the acceptable boundaries. Okay. Trustworthiness, definitely. If you cannot trust the AI system, that you cannot use it and no one will be use it. So you need to make sure that the AI system that you are providing or using within your organization is trustworthy. Else, there is no need to use it at all. And number 9 is responsibility. Responsibility means that you are respecting the responsible AI principles, as well as there is a clear responsibility matrix within the organizations. Last one is the shared benefit. Shared benefit means some organizations are using AI, let's say, to reduce cost. But on the other hand, they are not providing a real value to customers. So for instance, some companies may use AI systems to handle frequent common interactions from customers. But on the other hand, the number of concurrent sessions or the licensing scheme, or maybe the capacity of the AI system is not adequate to the demand. So customers are waiting longer time, waiting the response rather than the traditional solutions. So in this situation, organizations are receiving the benefit of less cost, but on other hand, customers are paying or complaining from a longer wait time than usual. So at the end of the day, AI systems should be used in a mutual benefit to both parties or the different stakeholders who are using these solutions. So I hope that is clear. I think that I consumed the 45 minutes time that is allocated to this discussion and this webinar. And the rest time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes more. If you have any questions that you need to ask me, please go ahead. Is there any question that you need to ask about? Okay, maybe one more minute. If there is no question, then we can conclude this webinar. I don't see the chat box. Okay, let me check the chat box, just a second. Yeah, there are some questions in the chat box. Sorry for that. Okay, the first question is, how can organizations measure the maturity or effectiveness of their AI management system over time? Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for that. As you may see in as you may saw in some screens, there are so many, let's say, KPIs related to the AI. Some of them are there is an accuracy KPI. There is another KPI related to what we call recall or retention or precision or F5. And most likely, there are so many different KPIs that you can use in order to measure the maturity of the AI solution. One of the most important things are the first three, which is the accuracy, sensitivity, and the third one that is, call it, just a second, precision. Okay, so basically these three gives you like an overview about how your AI model, if there is any drifting or if there is any bias within the model or not. These are the three who are mainly focusing on the data bias or the model drifting. But there are some other KPIs. Each one of them is directed, or each one of them is focusing on different angle of the story. So for the data drifting or for the model accuracy itself, what you need to do is to measure the output of the AI solution versus the expectations or versus the design or versus the boundaries that you have set before for the system. For instance, if you are having, let's say, a system that should answer your customers over a web chat. So what you can do is to measure the output of the AI solutions and measure it against the correctness. How many of the feedback provided by the AI system is really matching the expectation, really matching the design, really calculated as a true positive? How many of them are considered as a false positive? How many are true negative? How many are false negative? And then you are using these different four measures in order to calculate accuracy, precision, recall. Based on that, you should compare the accuracy, for instance, versus the pre-designed or expected accuracy level. So if you are expecting your AI chatbot to provide, let's say, a 90% accurate answers to your customers, which means you are accepting a tolerance of 10% of the answers to be either incorrect, incomplete, or wrong, depending on your situation. So measuring all of this information continuously is one of the key aspects within the organization to measure the maturity and the effectiveness of the AI solution. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Let me check, I have the other one. Okay, will you share the slides after the webinar so that we can share these with our colleagues? I think yes. I will coordinate this with iExperts team. But generally speaking, I do believe that we can do. So yeah, we can do that. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, any other questions? Okay, the third, can organization already certify against ISO, or do they need to do this through the use of setup? Actually, yes, organizations can get certified against ISO 42001. In reality, the ISO 42001 is newly introduced by 2023. So most of the organizations during 2024 are either in the phase of, let's say, understanding the ISO standard itself, or understanding the concept of the AI management systems, Some of them are already taking actions towards implementing the ISO 42001. I have seen so many organizations who started already to implement the ISO 42001. Some of them actually reaching the stage of internal audit. So I have seen some customers who kept contacting or asking for internal audit activities. I do believe that during 2025, maybe in the second half of 2025, we might see the first or the early, some organizations who are get certified against ISO 42001. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so iExpert thankfully replied back that the slides will be and the recording will be shared with you. So thank you, Noran, for that. Any further questions? Okay, there is no further questions. So at the end, I would like to thank every one of you for your attendance, for the question that you have asked, for your participating. Thank you, iExperts team, for such opportunity to provide this information to our elite colleagues who attended with us today. Thank you for your time and looking forward to see you one more time again in the upcoming webinars. Thank you. Thank you for that.